Top of the AM, people. I know the last time you saw me, I was offset a little bit, and man, the Lord is so good. You know, I just wanted to share with you guys the juggling act that the devil had me going through. You know, because I did pray on my situation with my family. You know, and uh, 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 revelation was given that the righteous will see the unrighteous fall. So, you know, I still was kind of hung up on that manly flesh. Okay, that said that can I at least compromise with you, Father? Can I at least just beat the dude up? Can I just beat his facey? And our father was like, dude, no, you can't touch him. You can't bring no harm to him. The only thing you can do is alter his course of action, right? So I'm sitting here thinking I'm compromising with our Heavenly Father, right? And I'm sitting there like, alter his course of action. Man, it's easier just to be able to beat on this dude, man, to teach him, nigga. You don't do that kind of shit. You don't kill a nigga dogs with bear spray, you know. And I'm like, wow, this motherfucker, me? He fucked with me? I mean, I don't bother nobody, man. Okay? As a matter of fact, I think I'm too nice to motherfuckers to where motherfuckers want to feel like they could take my kindness and beat me upside the head with it. You know? So the Lord had to show me, man, the devil is a liar, man. The devil is a liar, and he's the author of it, right? So I'm sitting there still trying to deal with this, alter his course of action, right? So I know this fool gets up. He was getting up one whole week at 3 o'clock in the morning, pushing off to go to work. So I'm like, wow, this fool brought this garbage to the house. You know, I'm not no coward like that. I'm not going to involve his kids and his family and shit like he did mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going to show this nigga this Compton shit. I'm not gonna get at him with that fast shit how he got at me. So I pushed, just like I gave his wife the warning that when I catch him at the gas station, I'm gonna beat his ass, right? But this was all a done deal when the Lord had told me I can't touch the man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my presence at 3 o'clock in the morning at a gas station waiting on his ass, I knew that'd make an impact. That somewhat would alter his course of action, right? So I'm like, what's gonna happen if this nigga happen to pull up in the gas station, fool? I'm like, wow, the devil can have his grounds with that, right? He can just have action at it, right? And trip. When I pulled up in the 76 station at 2:45 in the morning, one time was already in the parking lot where somebody pulled over, right? I'm like, wow. I'm not finna do nothing to this dude. But at the same time, I did give my word when we called the fire department to get some oxygen for my kid. All right. My 17-year-old has asthma and that shit fucked with his chest, right? They sent one time out too. I told one time during the night of that shit that, hey man, I don't want no paperwork or nothing done. I just want to be able to put hands on that motherfucker. Young police, Mexican dude. Same police that was at the 76 station said, man, if I had it my way, I'll make that happen for you right now. And all I could see was, wow, that would be nice if he can go right next door and pull that bitch up out the house and we go in the middle of the street and I'll beat his ass in front of his whole family, right? Compton style, Pueblo style. So I'm like, man, anyway, I didn't know they was going to send that one time out there, but this is how the Lord works. Same dude was at the gas station. He seen me pull up and basically double took me like, nigga, I know who you are. So I go and park, crack a couple of sunflower seeds, and the Lord is talking to me like, dude, if this fool come up in the gas station, you can't do nothing to him. You got to just go on and pull on out. Your presence will be made known. The nigga will know he done fucked up with a real one. At the same time, I'm like, nigga, I ain't trying to do no Hootie and the Blowfish shit, nigga. This nigga done bust on the nigga with bear spray. This nigga might have a gun or anything. So I can't come out playing with this nigga. I got to come out BG style, nigga. I got to come out Compton style on this nigga, right? The Lord said, nigga, I don't give a fuck about Compton or none of that little earthly shit you going through. So you're going to have to push if this nigga come in the gas station. So I'm like, wow. Anyway, to make a long story short, man, the fool come down the street like 90 going west, and he bust a right, got on smashing down. I'm like, nigga, even if I wanted to try to chase that fool, I look like a blundering idiot. Nigga, the Lord said go home. That's a done deal. I'm still trying to compromise with the Lord. I go on to drive out the parking lot. I go home and kill it off for that day, right? The nigga had to put cameras up everywhere, though. Now, I don't know what to expect. The nigga showed me his crossbow a while back. So I'm thinking this nigga shoot a nigga in the back in a minute if he don't bust on a nigga with some bear spray on Thanksgiving night, nigga, after having a nice meal and shit and farting and shit with your family. Come on, man. But anyway, Lord took me through all of this, from putting the cameras up to really rewinding like, damn, did this nigga do this or did this nigga's son do this? So I'm like, come on, man, I'm not devil, Satan, use a fag. Leave me alone. Anyway, I finally went ahead and made eye contact with this dude and his kid. And his kid acted real suspicious, like, turn around real quick, like in my mind, he did it. And his daddy is just taking cover for him. But at the same time, the Lord is like, dude, it don't even matter who did it. I'm going to get whoever need to be God. You done lost all that damn energy because you sitting here tripping on this fool because you from Compton, nigga. It's a pride thing, nigga. You can't let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. K. Compton. Can't never leave the city without a murder weapon. Wow. Leave that shit alone, man. You just want to do this. You just want to do that shit. Dude, the Lord had me take my punk ass to my 5-acre property and say, you know what? You ain't on this earth to do what you want to do. I plucked you from the sheep to have you do what I want you to do for me. And you getting caught up with this pride in which I showed you way back in penitentiary. That stuff you'll hurt somebody with that. Not to detract from the story, but I'm going to give you the penitentiary story from the last time I put my hands on a man. And the Lord told me, you're going to have to learn to keep your hands to yourself. Okay? It was during the time, right after I had a cellie moved and went to another prison, I was in the cell by myself on a level 4 maximum security prison, Lancaster State Prison to be exact, right? So I'm in there playing with my wank as much as I can because that's all a nigga had to do. He ain't got no cellie, you know what I'm saying? I've got my little books. I'm doing my thing, right? And I hear my cell number get called to be popped open. And I'm like, wow. I look out. Sergeant and 2 COs is escorting this dude to come up to my cell. So I'm like, wow, what's really going on? Because in the penitentiary, they don't be doing no personal. The sergeant especially don't do no personal escorts. Okay, to put a nigga in a cell unless he's suspect. Okay, he a suspect rat. He a suspect homosexual. He a suspect child molester. Something is wrong with this nigga, right? So after I let the brother come in the cell, you know what I'm saying? He told me he from San Diego 40s, right? Named Doug. So the nigga tell me he had left from D-Yard. He had to go to the infirmary, had a boil in his ass that he had to get sewed up, right? And drained, right? So I'm feeling sorry for this bitch ass nigga, right? Excuse my French. You gonna understand why I call him a bitch ass nigga a little later, right? So I'm on the bottom bunk for the first time. Nigga, the bottom bunk is like Cadillac. Nigga, nobody want to lose the bottom bunk in the pen. So I'm like, man, this nigga got stitches in his ass. Man, I'm gonna go and get this nigga the bottom bunk. I'm gonna take the top bunk and be a cool nigga, right? Make a long story short, the nigga start dipping in my wine and start replacing it with water. I'm like, damn. As I would test my wine, I knew I kind of tasted that it was getting watered down. And I was like, damn, nigga, I ain't putting enough sugar on this shit or something. So anyway, one night we had day room. Day room is where we get to play cards, wash your ass in the shower, or use the phone, right? So my cellie, the nigga from 40s,